Welcome to the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup, a Dorna feeder series, looking to try and create the next superstar from the South Pacific Asia region. Riders have been qualifying for this over the last few years. It's the 4th edition of the championship, and they are looking to follow in the footsteps of previous winners, Kaito Toba, Ayumi Sasaki and Somkiat Chantra. And this weekend, the time has come to crown a new champion. It's the final round of the season. One of 6 riders could end up winning this crown. Denis comes into it with a 10-point lead. Noguchi second overall, Yamanaka, Anwar, Yuuki-Kun and Denis twin brother Chan are the only riders that can have a say in terms of getting their names etched on the Champions Trophy. 2 races coming up this weekend, a 13-lap race today, and same again tomorrow. We are here at the Sepang International Circuit then to bring you race 1 from Malaysia. Hello and welcome to the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup at the Sepang International Circuit. It's baking hot here. We've enjoyed an interesting afternoon of qualifying for the MotoGP penultimate round, but it's the final round of the Asia Talent Cup Championship. And as I just said there, we are looking to crown a new champion. We could crown one today, depending on how results go, and believe me, you want to stay tuned because it could just happen. It might go down to tomorrow with 5 or 6 riders all still in contention. That's just the way Asia Talent Cup goes. We saw a dramatic round 2 weeks ago over in Motegi. The rain fell, and so did a number of riders. It has meant that Denis comes into this one, number 7, the 14-year-old from Turkey, in the lead of the championship. He went to Motegi. He fairly remounted, the race was stopped, he got 2 third places in the end over in Japan, which was enough to give him a 10-point lead coming into today over Haruki Noguchi from Japan. After qualifying, number 20 landed pole position, right on your screens here, the Malaysian Azroy Anwar. It doesn't get better than that, folks. Home turf, home territory, 4th in the championship. Azroy Anwar, 113 points. He's 21 adrift. He only finished 1 race back in Japan, so he picked up 20 points. He'd have to finish both here and have really strong results if he is going to end up as champion. But pole position is a mighty good way to start things off. Second on the grid goes to Yuuki-Kun, rider from Japan, 14-year-old, 6th in the championship last year, 5th at the moment this year. Cooney is 24 points down, but he comes here as the most recent weight race winner. You just saw the highlights there, and Yuuki-Kun, although he didn't finish race 1, he won the second encounter to keep himself in the frame. And here is the focused Denis. The twins, Denis and Chan, have been racing in the Red Bull Rookies this year. Chan looked like he was favourite at one point. Denis comes in as the championship leader, 134 points, 10 ahead of everybody else. He finished the last round with more points than anyone else, with 32 as well. Consistency being the key, and it could be the same again here. Second row featuring their number 3, Chan-on-Chu, Denis's twin brother. 6th in the championship, 97 points. He would need a miracle to win this championship. He's 37 points down with 50 available. Now, anything can happen in Asia Talent Cup, but Chan-on-Chu's recent form has been pretty miserable. He had an awful time over in Japan. Failed to finish either race. Next to Chan-on-Chu on the grid, Ryusei Yamanaka, number 12, 15-year-old, finished 4th in last year's championship. He is 3rd at the moment overall, 11 points down. Race winner in race 1 in Motegi, failed to finish race 2. You can kind of get the picture here of what's going on. In general, Motegi was an absolute nightmare for everyone bar Denis. 6th on the grid is Haruki Noguchi, and he had similar fortunes over in Japan, his homeland. He went into that race as the championship leader. He ended up coming away from Motegi with just 13 points. He is 2nd in the championship, 10 down, looking to turn it all around here today. 7th on the grid for number 8, Koji Hirama, 16-year-old, first year in this Asia Talent Cup Championship. He's 10th overall on 47 points. In terms of his championship chances, if he was to have a really strong weekend, he might be able to climb up to 7th, but he wouldn't be able to get any further up. Hirama, really, it's just all about trying to finish as high as he can this weekend and then look towards next season. Next to Hirama on the grid is Jerry Salim, number 4. Jerry had a torrid old time at Japan. He's qualified 8th here. He's 7th in the championship. The most experienced rider in the field and one of the oldest, 20-year-old, 6th overall in 2015, 5th overall last year, currently 7th. Jerry Salim only scored 11 points last time out. A lot of work for him to do. Next to him on the grid, Hendry and Shah, number 13. First name Lucky. Well, he was lucky in race 2, but not in race 1. A faller, the 17-year-old from Indonesia, looking for a good, strong finish to the season. 9th overall in the championship, as we focus once again here on Denis Chu. That's his father just on the left there. Give him a towel. I have to tell you, as I said at the start, conditions here are so hot. Stark contrast to what we had over in Japan, where it was miserable, wet and cold. It is so hot here. Of course, most of these riders from the South Pacific Asia region, they are, I suppose, a little more used to temperatures like this, but this really is testing them. This is at the top end of the scale when it comes to heat. We saw Moto2 riders a moment ago. It was got to the point really in Moto2 qualifying where you worried that tyres were actually overheating. It is so hot, and at points of the circuit we are almost at 60-degree track temperature. These guys are about ready to go off on their sighting lap, their warm-up lap, sorry. And then we will begin. How are the butterflies, Denis? He finished this year 4th overall in the Red Bull Rookie Championship. His twin brother Chan finished 3rd overall. This is the first time Denis Chu has been in a position to win a championship as large as this. Now, it looks like the pair of them will be in Red Bull Rookies again next year and possibly the Junior World Championship. But you get this championship under your belt, and you are going some. The Dorna feeder series around the world that we have are proven. The proof is in the pudding. Red Bull Rookies, Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup, the Junior World Championship, just to name a few, and there are more coming as well. Previous champions have all gone on to become Junior World Championship riders, and for Keito Toba and Ayumu Sasaki and the likes of Noradine and Atira Puvapat, they are all riders that have come through this championship since 2014 and have made it into the Moto3 World Championship. And last year, Kazuki Masaki was in this series, and he became Red Bull Rookie Champion this year. I think you're starting to see why this is regarded as a superb championship. They're all on identical machinery, Honda NSF 250Rs, the Moto3 machines. They're all identical leathers as well. You can only tell them apart from a few different helmet designs and, of course, the numbers planted on the front of the bike. It's going to be a 13-lap race of this mammoth Sepang International Circuit, 5.5 kilometres. That's about 3.4 miles. And I was commentating on this last year, the final round, and it was unbelievable how it turned out. It went to the final day. 4 riders were in contention, and in the race it was just carnage. Anything could happen. Now, we are expecting some rain tomorrow. These guys will be going out a lot earlier. It will be cooler. They will be different conditions. But Denis Chu knows that if he has a really strong result here, he could end up, in theory, champion today. 10 points clear. To become champion, he'd probably need Noguchi, Yamanaka, Anwar to all have an upsetting afternoon. You can't count your chickens in the Asia Talent Cup. Here they come around turns 12, 13. Pick your line now through turn number 14, and then this long back straight. And as we saw from last year, slipstream crucial in the races here. This goes on forever on a Moto3 bike. Then up to the final turn 15, where there's all sorts of drama. If you're in contention, you're going to have a pop into turn 15, which Haruki Noguchi, second in the championship, is now approaching. Various different lines you can take into this last turn, and different cambers as well. Onto the start-finish straight we go then. And these guys will line up on the grid, ready for the penultimate race of the 2017 season for the FIM Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup. Pole position for number 20, the 17-year-old, Asroy Anwar, fourth in the championship. Then it's on Chu here. A good reason why he's got an onboard camera here today. He's a twitchy little fella, he really is. On the bike, off the bike. But he will have never felt butterflies like he feels today. Never truly in contention for the Red Bull Rookie Championship this year. A few flashes of brilliance, and he did very well to finish fourth overall, but that championship was all about Masaki, Aleix Viu, Chan On-Chu, and a few others to boot. How will we fare today? Yuuki-Kun there as well. Green flag waving at the back. We're ready to go. 13 laps for the Asia Talent Cup. Underway here in Malaysia. Good start there from the second row for Chan On-Chu and Ryusei Yamanaka, number 12. But Denis On-Chu seems to have got away best. They all now go into slipstream. Number 20 up behind Denis On-Chu. Asroy Anwar immediately, but Denis On-Chu might just get the whole shot. Into turn one. They break and he makes it in just about. That's a good start then for Denis On-Chu. So far, so good. Tight right-hander, drop downhill into turn number 2. Tight line there from Ryusei Yamanaka, but they all make it through turns 1 and 2 by the looks of things. Around a spectacular turn 3. Then a climb uphill towards turn number 4. Denis On-Chu in control so far. On-Chu so far with the right line. His twin brother Chan On-Chu has got to try and stay upright here and end the season on a high. He goes into 4th place. Number 20 there in second is the man that was on pole, Asroy Anwar. Yuuki-Kun third on the grid, third in the race. Number 5. Denis On-Chu number 7, though it is that still leads. And it's been a really solid first couple of sectors for him as well. They don't normally stay aligned for long though. Number 3, Chan On-Chu, his brother, now coming up alongside him. The twins are 1 and 2. Now Chan On-Chu will know the situation here. He knows he needs pretty much a miracle to win this championship. So does he aid his brother? Does he act as the perfect wingman? You might just see it. Turn 9, that was close, and always is. Such a tight hairpin left, uphill then. Chan On-Chu doing his best to hold up the rest of the pack. What brotherly love that would be if he was to actually say, do you know what? It's unlikely I'm going to win this. I'm going to protect my brother. I'm going to make sure my twin brother is the Asia Talent Cup champion. But if they were to all have a fall or something like that and Chan On-Chu was to win, then it does change, doesn't it? Tipping in now to turn 14, and they come onto the long back straight for the first time. All now going to try and find some slipstream. Denis On-Chu weaving down the back straight. They all follow. He's got a decent advantage there. He won't be slipstreamed at this point. This has been a really very strong opening lap for Denis On-Chu, the championship leader. He tips it into the final turn there. In second is number 20, Asroy Anwar, just with that tighter inside line. Onto the start-finish straight we go to complete lap 1. It is Denis On-Chu then with the race lead. Riders going different ways down the start-finish straight. We're riding now here on board with Haruki Noguchi, decides to run all the way down alongside pit wall. He then cuts in, tries to find a way through. Currently in 5th place. Denis On-Chu then, so far so good. A really strong opening lap. Chan On-Chu makes up another place there. Up 7 places further down is Kei Sato. That is a really good job from the number 10. He had a terrible qualifying session, and also in 7th place as well, Nakajima going strong. 4 places made up from his grid positions. Ardian Shah, not so good for him. Down in 17th, losing 7 places from 10th on the grid. Then it's On-Chu then, it is, with the advantage still. Number 7, Chan On-Chu, his brother. Just slides up the inside there of Anwar and goes up into 2nd place, but not for long. Anwar fights back. There is number 5, Yuuki-Kun, up ahead of Ryusei Yamanaka, number 12. Yamanaka's got form and consistency coming into this event. a podium in Sepang last time we came here, as they were here for the Asia Road Race Championship, so they're all familiar with the circuit. Chan on Chu there. Oh, very tight going into turn number 9. He's in 3rd place. He's trying all he can to cling on to Azroy Anwar in 2nd, who is desperately now looking to hunt down race leader Denis Chu, who's done a sterling job. He's been mustered from the start. The lights went out. No one's challenged him so far. He has not seen a front wheel. On board with the championship leader now. As it stands, if the checker flag were to go out, 22 points in it, that would be almost close enough to clinch it, but there's a long, long race yet here to come at the Sepang International Circuit. On the back straight we go. Has he got enough of a gap to stay out front, or will we see the number 20 appearing in a moment? He's trying to get himself tucked in. Not difficult for Denis Chu, and there is a challenge. His twin brother up underneath him. He runs wide. Azroy Anwar going through as well, so now it's on. Onto the start-finish straight we go, and Denis Chu has been shown front wheels. He's pushed back to 3rd. Number 9 coming through there as well. Haruki Noguchi side by side. Chan Chu will take the lead of this race. Fastest lap of the race going to Jerry Salim, number 4, just in the back of that shot. So the top 8 riders all here in one big bunch. On board here now with Haruki Noguchi. Tipping it left behind Chan Chu. Chan Chu would be only too happy to rip off into the lead and win this race, but even if he was to win it, he could be considered and deemed out of the championship hunt, depending on other results. All of the main championship protagonists seem to be inside the top 8 here. They're all in contention. Noguchi it is that now leads. We were on board with him a moment ago into turn 5, and nose getting chopped off there for Chan Chu, but he's fighting back. The long locks of hair for Chan Chu. He's an aggressive rider. He showed it all season long in the Asia Talent Cup and in the Red Bull Rookies. He's showing it again here. He'll take the lead into turn 7. No, he won't. The nose chopped off again from Haruki Noguchi. His twin brother, Denis Chu. The early race leader is in 4th place. Number 7 we're looking at there. The same helmet design, rather annoyingly, as number 21. Genki Nakajima, who's flown through, so just have to remember the number there for Denis Chu, number 7, and his twin brother, number 3, Chan. Just going into the lead. Chan is obviously rather distinctive with the long hair. He leads this race then now from Noguchi, then Anwar, then Denis Chu, Yuuki-Kun in 5th, then Yamanaka, Nakajima, Hirama. Salim is 9th. Thai rider Kei Sonti is in 10th place. And then it's Saito, Suzuki, Hamdan, Suzuki again. 2 Suzuki surnames in the field here. Tadachi, Hendry and Shah, Suhaimi and Ardian Shah. Down the back straight we go once more then. Chan Chu still leads this one. He's grown so much over the course of the season as Chan Chu. Riders can easily get into his slipstream. His twin brother, Denis Chu, pint-sized by comparison, seems to be able to get himself properly tucked in. Along the start-finish straight we go, and a good lap there from Chan Chu and Noguchi. 2:20.3 for the pair of them. We're nowhere near the lap times that we had earlier on in the season. They were down to the 2:17s as the nose get chopped off there again. Chan Chu saying no you don't to Noguchi. Out of turn number 2 we go, around turn 3 and a climb. Chan Chu got the bit between his teeth here and a bit of air between him and the rest of the field. Now, earlier on in the season when Chan Chu was really on form, he made light work of the field here at Sepang. It was this very circuit where everything started to come together for him. But then he had a no-show in Motegi, and it's cost him dearly. On board here with Noguchi, fastest lap of the race so far as we drop into turn number 5, the left-hander. Change of direction coming up, slightly wide there, but he holds on to 3rd place. Denis Chu just behind him, the championship leader. 10 points separate these two. 37 points in total separate 1st place Denis Chu and his twin brother Chan, who's 37 adrift with 50 available. 25 today, 25 tomorrow. But this has been some lap from Chan Chu. Far more like the rider we saw winning Red Bull Rookie races and doing the double here in Sepang in the Asia Talent Cup a good few months ago. Obviously a clear fan of this circuit, Chan Chu. Azroy Anwar then in second place. Then it is number 9, Haruki Noguchi. There's number 7 in fourth. Then it's Onchu. If he can keep Noguchi in his sights, he'll hold on to his championship lead going into tomorrow. Reisei Yamanaka, 11 points down in third overall. In this race at the moment, 5th place for him as Denis Onchu immediately, we're right on board with him. He's looking to now get into the slipstream of Haruki Noguchi up ahead of him. Will he be successful on this long back straight? He stays put for now. He's in the slipstream. Will he have a look up the inside? He's gone past him. And that's nicely done there from Denis Onchu as we break into turn number 15. And on the power, onto the home straight we go once more. There'll be 9 laps to go when we pass the line. Chan Onchu, what a lap, a 2:19.1, a lap time nobody else can get close to. Half a second at least quicker than anyone else, and a second now is his advantage as Denis Onchu, his twin brother, loses out again on a place there. Reisei Yamanaka trying to get busy as well around the outside there, number 12. There is Azroy Anwar then in second place, number 9 in third. Haruki Noguchi, second in the championship. Had just the 1 win this year, Noguchi, over at Suzuka. Finished second in race 2, and that's what gave him the championship lead going into Motegi. Then it's Onchu, led the championship after the opening round of the season at the Chang International Circuit when this championship was following the World Superbike Series. He won both races that day, but he's not won a race since. Is he going to have to win a race here to be crowned champion? What you can say is that by virtue of his brother leading, who has a very, very faint hope of winning this championship, it's a big 5 points that he's taking away from anyone else. In a way, that's helping his brother Denis at the moment to hold on to a championship lead, because no one's getting close to this fella out front at the moment. I rather fancy we're going to see a lap inside the 2:18s here in a moment from Chan Onchu, and that could be all she wrote as he performs a disappearing act. He's gained another 3/10 there in sector 3. Chan Onchu leads then down the back straight. Anwar second. A big group following. Pulling out the slipstream now, looking to go up into second place is number 9, Noguchi. Can't make it stick at the moment. Denis Onchu still hanging on in there in fourth. Yamanaka 5th. Onto the start-finish straight we go. 2:18.9, yeah, well, we thought that might be coming, and it has. Looking at the rest of the times, that's 8/10 quicker than anyone else can go. Chan Onchu performing a disappearing act here. Twice a race winner here earlier on in the season, and looks like he's going to add number 3. Oh, how Chan Onchu is going to rue the mistakes he made over in Motegi. That could haunt him. Next year is a really big year for Chan Onchu. He's got to stay upright, and he'll have a big chance of winning the Red Bull Rookie Championship, much like his brother Denis. Don't think they'll be eligible to compete in this Asia Talent Cup Championship again next year. I think you'll probably find they'll do Junior World Championship and the Red Bull Rookies. As it stands then, right now, on lap 5 of 13, 7 points would be the difference between Onchu and Noguchi in the overall standings. 14 between 4. It would almost certainly roll on to tomorrow and the final round of the season. I suppose if you're a neutral out there watching, that's exactly what you want to see. This going down to the final race of the season. But if you are fans of the Turkish twins, then maybe you're looking for something spicy to happen between now and the end of the race. Long old way around this Sepang International Circuit. They're lapping in their 2:18s, 2:19s. Long laps for them, and a long race as well. 13 laps might not sound much, but in these conditions, it's really baking hot. A real test of the mettle and the fitness and the hydration of all of these young riders, hoping to one day be in the same paddock as they're in today, but racing at the World Championship level. Here's your race leader then, Chan On-Chu. His lead is now up to 2.5 seconds, and unless he makes a mistake, this one's over. It's all about the fight for second. Azroy Anwar is in second still at the moment. Denis On-Chu. Oh, he's been sat up there into turn 15 by Haruki Noguchi. These two are first and second in the championship, and now Yamanaka coming into play as well. Trying to find the slipstream there is Denis On-Chu. They go side by side on the start-finish straight. Noguchi on the inside. This is the battle for third I'm talking about. Green helmet number 7 there for On-Chu. Yuuki-Kun, he's in there as well, and Nakajima's having a great race. Genki Nakajima. I have to say, Nakajima is one, I mentioned it in Motegi, and I'll mention it again, to look out for next year. He came in as a replacement, as a standby rider. He's been on the podium twice already. He missed the first 3 races, and he's in 8th overall in the championship. Nakajima, number 21. He will be one worth looking out for next year. Currently in the top 6. Replay here of this moment. Denis On-Chu just lost a bit of momentum going into turn 15. Haruki Noguchi checked himself a bit as well. On board here with Denis On-Chu. Just a bit of a mistake there, and yeah, got properly sat up out of his seat, did Denis On-Chu. Here is Denis in 4th place. He's got to stay in touch and keep on at it with these guys. Doesn't want to lose too much ground as he has a look up the inside of Haruki Noguchi, number 9. It doesn't work there. Nakajima's just behind him, in fact. So he's moved up into 5th place. Yuuki-Kun is now in 6th, and Ryusei Yamanaka, number 12, fallen to 7th place. Jerry Salim, who was part of this group, has fallen away just a touch, number 4. And then there's a bit of a gap back to Koji Harama as well, number 8, but he is inside the top 10 overall. Koki Suzuki takes the final top 10 spot at present. On to the back straight we go once more, into the slipstream once more. Chan On-Chu with well over a 3-second lead now. Azroy Anwar, number 20, 2nd place in this race, 4th overall in the championship. Here is Haruki Noguchi now challenging Anwar. All of these points making a significant difference, and both Anwar and Yamanaka at the moment would switch places as a result of the standings if it stayed like this. As I said at the start, Anwar on pole for his home race here in Malaysia. He would have to finish in 1st or 2nd, I think, in both races to have any chance of nailing this one. As Denis On-Chu really late on the brakes, he goes up into 3rd place. He takes Haruki Noguchi, and that changes the championship standings all over again. There are 6 laps to go here at the Sepang International Circuit. Could we find ourselves with another 1-2 for the Turkish twins? Being mentored, of course, by Turkish World Supersport star Kenan Sofoglu. Good friends also with Toprak Razgatioglu. Turkish riders are coming slowly but surely, and you've got to feel that the talent in this year's championship, we're going to see at least 2 or 3 of these one day in the World Championship. Fine margins when it's the Dorna feeder series, because you have to have a bit of luck along the way as well as talent. But if you find yourself in the top 3 of a championship like this, there's a very, very good chance you're going to find yourself with opportunities to get yourself into the MotoGP World Championship one day. Chan On-Chu is just away with this. Absolutely flying, not put a foot wrong. It's more than could be said of his form last time out. There's been a change now for 2nd place as well, as Denis On-Chu goes up into 2nd, then ahead of Azroy Anwar. So this would extend Denis On-Chu's championship position. This is just about the best that Denis On-Chu could hope for here in this race. Braking now into turn 14, and they're a lot closer and bunched together. This is where slipstream really comes into play as they make their way down this back straight. There's Chan On-Chu, he's gone. Here's Denis On-Chu in 2nd. In his slipstream is Azroy Anwar. He'll almost certainly have a look up the inside going into turn number 15, and does. They're side by side, and he goes through. Number 9, Haruki Noguchi fancied as well. As Roy Annuar's wide into the hairpin at turn 15. He loses 3 places. Denis Onchu recaptures second place. Across the line we go. Ryusei Yamanaka's regrouped as well. He's still a part of that picture. Yuuki-Kun, don't count out the number 5. Going down into turn number 1. Denis Onchu then is fallen back to 6th place, and Yuuki-Kun's just held on to that position as well, so Denis Onchu now down to 6th. And so with Noguchi in 2nd, as it stands, if my maths are correct, the championship would actually be tied with Denis Onchu in 6th and Haruki Noguchi in 2nd. How quickly things can change in just a few corners in the Asia Talent Cup. There is Ryusei Yamanaka then, behind Azroy Annuar. Number 9 there, Haruki Noguchi, leading this group of riders fighting for 2nd place and 20 points. The 25 points, if you've just tuned in, at the moment are going one way, and that's to Chan Onchu. 5 laps to go here at the Sepang International Circuit. 2 races to go in the championship, including this one. There is Chan Onchu, braking for turn 9. Azroy Annuar then now moves up ahead of Noguchi. Yuuki-Kun still up ahead of Denis Onchu. Jerry Salim is now regrouped. He's got himself back in the mix, number 4. And Genki Nakajima's been pushed back to 8th. So there would be 4 points in the championship and 11 between 4 riders going into tomorrow. I personally have absolutely no preference as to who wins this Asia Talent Cup championship, but I'm not going to say I'd be disappointed if it was to go into tomorrow's final round of the championship with 11 splitting 4 riders. Onto the back straight we go again. Denis Onchu has had a scrappy lap there, number 7. Doesn't want to lose too many points to the guys in 2nd and 3rd. His twin brother is doing the job out front. Into turn 15, one of the more tricky corners to navigate. Might just look like a simple hairpin, but it's off camber. Pretty nasty. Various lines you can take. Across the line, 4 laps to go then. These guys are all now similar lap times to Chan Onchu. He doesn't need to do anything too silly anymore. He's got this one under control. The outside line there for Denis Onchu. He's just been made to sit up slightly by Yuuki-Kun. The last thing Denis Onchu, of course, wants to do is throw it up the road. Denis, in comparison to the other riders, and this is why he's got his championship lead, he has been upright more than anyone else. He's only had 1 fall this year. That was at Suzuka. But every other race, he's been in the top 6. And he has picked up 5 podiums so far this season and 2 victories. So Denis Onchu knows how to find a checkered flag. Number 20 it is, though, that leads this one, Azroy Annuar. 2nd in the opening round, as you are, but then crashed again over in Motegi as well. Strangely enough, Azroy Annuar, he has been a bit of a bridesmaid all year long as he just loses out there to Yamanaka. Annuar not won a race yet this season. Yamanaka going up into 2nd place. Now, Yamanaka should not be discounted. A race winner in Motegi, and very capable, although he has just lost a couple of places there. Haruki Noguchi now goes back up into 2nd, but he runs wide. Annuar on the cutback takes him. Around the outside there as well, Yamanaka trying to fight back. We're all pretty late on the brakes here. And Denis Onchu, number 7, just behind Yuuki-Kun there, in 6th place. On board here with Haruki Noguchi. Braking into turn number 14. He'll try and get the best possible drive onto the back straight. Neatly done. That's exactly the line that you want to take. And now immediately tries to find some slipstream. He pulls out of one bit of slipstream, falls into another. He's trying to find his way through. It's 3 and 4 abreast. Meanwhile, out front, Chan Onchu is going to go across the line with 3 to go. Here comes Haruki Noguchi up the inside. He's got that inside line. He makes it stick as well. Does he just run it wide? Yes, he does. He loses out again. Ryusei Yamanaka is now up into 2nd place. Number 20, Azroy Annuar, trying to get on terms of number 5, Yuuki-Kun. Denis coming under threat now from Jerry Salim, number 4, and Nakajima as well. Things are getting a bit spicy here with 3 laps to go. Denis trying to go the long way round again. It's not a line that's worked for him so far, but that will give him the inside line as they flip it left then. So he has just made up another place. Yamanaka then demoted. He was 2nd across the line. He's now pushed back into 6th place. Yuuki-Kun there and Jerry Salim side by side. On board now with Haruki Noguchi. Anwar just up ahead of him. Braking uphill into turn number 4. Straight on the power, blind crest, dropping downhill into turn 5. Some of these riders are going to throw the kitchen sink at this in the final few laps. But Denis what will he do? Will he stick or twist in pursuit of 2nd place overall, which would just probably put one hand on that Asia Talent Cup championship? Chan out front is now 5.6 seconds clear. So unusual to see dominance from a rider in the dry on a circuit that's full of slipstream. Denis a bit out of shape there, but he just about holds on to it. He's in 4th place then. All of the top 6 riders that are in contention are here in this group. Chan is 6th. The one that would need to win, and lots else to happen. As it stands, despite winning the race, he would be out of the championship hunt, I think. But it is all going off here as Denis just now moves up into 3rd place. For the time being, they've lost track of Anwar out front. And was that a bit of a wobble from Denis as he made his way onto the back straight? He's desperately trying to get into the slipstream there of Azroy Anwar. Number 9 there, Haruki Noguchi, just going past Yuuki-Kun. Salim, number 4, and Nakajima, number 21, at the back of the pack. Anwar tipping it into turn 15. Has he gone wide this time? No. He makes his stick. He'll stay in 2nd. Denis though, might just get into his slipstream. Haruki Noguchi always looking a threat there, number 9, with a white helmet. Onto the start-finish straight we go, and Denis is going to go the long way round again. You'll see a rider on your left in a moment as he tries to go through the slipstream and break late. Denis at the moment would be championship leader with 2 to go. Into the first corner we go then. And it's that unusual line again from Denis and he was sandwiched there. A rider on the inside of him, a rider on the outside. He's gone from 3rd, drops down to 5th. Oh, that was a bit of a moment for Denis. This is the battle for 2nd. Chan leading this race by 6.5 seconds in Sector 1. 2 laps left for the Asia Talent Cup. As it stands, this one is 100% going to tomorrow. But what happens on the final lap and what happens into the final corner? This is what Chan looks like, all on his own. A real talent, Chan You'll hear a lot more about Chan. He'll be dearly hoping, I'm sure, that something can help his brother out here. Looked like in the early stages he might help him himself, but once he got to the front, you can't blame him for checking out. He's just got to do what he can do. But if he's out of the championship hunt altogether, will he help Denis tomorrow? Because as we get to the closing stages here, Denis is just falling slightly out of contention. He's going to need a really strong final lap, Denis He's down in 6th place at the moment, and there's a bit of a gap as well to Jerry Salim, who's come on strong at the end of this race. Number 20, Azroy Anwar there, leads this fight for 2nd. Up towards turn 14 we go again, and Denis really needs to find a way of bridging that gap. He's early on the power, he's on the curbs, he might just find some slipstream though, he desperately needs it. Anwar there, number 20, in 2nd. Number 9, Noguchi in 3rd. This would really close up the championship if they stayed like this, but you just feel that all of these riders finishing the race, given what the history is like in Asia Talent Cup, is unlikely. So far they've been very, very well behaved, but we start the final lap of the FIM Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup. Chan is 7 seconds clear out front, but this is a really important battle for 2nd because it features all of the championship contenders. Denis got some supreme drive, brilliant stuff from him, but he can't quite find a way through. He stays for now in 6th place, and he might just lose another one there as well. And he does. Yamanaka aggressively up the inside of him. This is critical for tomorrow's championship. As it stands, Denis is set to lose some big points here. Noguchi it is, up into second place. Yuuki-Kun, Salim, Anwar, Yamanaka are all there. Nakajima, 21, just probably falling out of contention here. Into turn 4 we go. Still a long lap left here. Jerry Salim has had a really good race here. He's picked his moments to filter through the pack, and now in contention to try and get on the podium. Chan On-Chu has been unstoppable. Breathtaking performance from the 14-year-old. I can guarantee you, as well as celebrating the win, the first thing he'll do as well will be looking around to see where his brother finishes, because second place is going to be some battle. Here is the battle for second then. Wow, it's 4 or 5 abreast into turn 9, number 20 there. Oh, this could be rather close. Denis On-Chu desperately trying to find his way through. He's at the back of that little group there. It's not good for him, but of course we've got the 2 straights to come. On-Chu has got to find a way, number 7, of getting onto that back straight and being on the tail of one of the riders up ahead of him. This could be a very interesting moment coming up, because Chan On-Chu is going to cross the line, but these guys are then going to be going into the final corner. Oh, it was close there. Oh, and look at that, hanging it all the way around the outside. Yamanaka on the grass, that's no good, but he stays on board. Denis On-Chu as well, nearest to his number 7, trying to find a way through. Here we go, last lap. Chan On-Chu's going to win the race, but these guys all fighting here for the championship. Anwar's got it at the moment. Jerry Salim fancies a go. They're all late on the brakes. Denis On-Chu aggressive up the inside, a few of them are wide. How is this one going to finish up? Chan On-Chu is the race winner, and you may well celebrate, but who's going to get second? Jerry Salim it is that gets second place from Yuuki-Kun and Anwar. And then it's Noguchi, Yamanaka, and Denis On-Chu ends up finishing 7th overall. And what that means is that the championship closes up, and it will go to the final day of the series tomorrow. Denis On-Chu, unfortunate there. He has lost out big time. No podium for Denis on this occasion. It's his lowest finish of the season, and what a time to do it. He will still hold a championship lead tomorrow. He looks gutted at the moment, but he probably won't know the maths. Don't get too upset yet, Denis, please. Don't cry on us, please. Don't do that. 8 points he has tomorrow. He's only lost 2 points to Noguchi, and when he realises that, he might just get the smile back on his face again, because there's still one race to go, and he is still leading the championship. He looks pretty fed up there, doesn't he? Here's his brother, Chan On-Chu, race winner, going over to him. I don't think there's an awful lot that Chan On-Chu can do there. He's happy. He's got his job done. Brilliant race win from him. Absolutely superb. Chan On-Chu going over then to his brother. Denis looks inconsolable. I mean, has someone told him there is another race tomorrow or not? His twin brother wins the race. Chan On-Chu, I don't think it's enough for Chan On-Chu to be able to still have a shout at this. It might do, actually. I'm going to have to check this. Chan On-Chu with winning it. Denis On-Chu 7th. That's a 14-point hole he's made there. I tell you what, Chan On-Chu, that race win, that might have just kept him in the hunt. Let's have a look. I've got championship standing. You look at Jerry Salim here. Great result for him. Jerry Salim, best result of the season for him. Championship standings I've got on my screen. Chan On-Chu 1-2-2. He can. He's 21 points down. There's 21 points between 6 riders. Okay, he would need pretty much most of the field to fall in tomorrow's race. But Chan On-Chu, courtesy of winning that, has still got the slightest hope going into the final race. And I should just tell you, there is some rain forecast for tomorrow as well, and we all know what happens in the rain with Asia Talent Cup races. 21 points, splitting 6 riders going into the final race of the season. I'll have that, thank you very much. We'll have that, of course, with you tomorrow. I'll just double check on the time of that race for you as well. At the moment, we are, in terms of local time, 5 past 5 early evening. But it's going to be after MotoGP, the warm-up sessions tomorrow here. Let me just quickly scuffle through my paperwork for you so we can tell you when that is coming up. Tomorrow then, Sunday the 29th of October, as we see a replay here of these guys all fighting and scrapping for the top 3 places. The Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup coverage begins at 10:20 local time tomorrow. 10:30 in the morning the race starts. It will be 11-lap race tomorrow. And if the rain falls, you don't want to miss that. 6 riders still in with a shout. 21 points covering them. 8 points between. Denis the championship leader. What happened to Denis here? He had an inside line. Oh, he just got on the power there and it was a bit twitchy. Slipstream coming here from Haruki Noguchi as well. Denis that twitch on the exit of turn 15 was so costly. On board here with Denis he just gets gobbled up by riders and wiped as well. He's got his arms up in the air. I think he got a bit of a clattering there. Chan then celebrating. It's another win for him, his 3rd of the year. And they're now back into Parc Ferme. There is Chan. Well, the smile's back on his face anyway. It's been a while. Thrown it down the road a few too many times. He really will be looking back at Motegi thinking, oh goodness, what might have been. Because just finishing those races, even if it was in, let's say, the top 10, he would be well in contention here. As it is, there's still a chance. He just gets a shake of the hand there by 2 very important people in Parc Ferme. Shuhei Nakamoto, now working as part of Dorna, of course, former HRC boss, and former champion Ayumi Sasaki. As the Turkish flag will be draped around the back of Chan On-Chu, his father there on the far side with the hat. 5 wins for Turkey this year in the Asia Talent Cup, all coming from the twins. They are bursting onto the world scene, the 2 14-year-olds. Of course, even if they wanted to, they're not old enough to compete in the Moto3 Junior World Championship at this moment in time. Jerry Salim, the Indonesian rider, representing his nation. It's his first podium since the last time we were at Sepang in race 1, where he finished in 3rd in the Asia Road Race Championship. Unfortunately for Jerry, his championship went a bit wrong. He didn't pick up enough points over in Motegi to get it done. And so 7th place in the championship is the best that he can hope for. But it is still wide open. Confirmation of the final results then. Chan On-Chu, the race winner by 6.5. Jerry Salim 2nd, Yuuki-Kun in 3rd. Azroy Anwar on home turf on pole wasn't able to convert it. He finished 4th ahead of Haruki Noguchi, Reisei Yamanaka and Denis On-Chu, the championship leader. Genki Nakajima was 8th and Koji Hirama was 9th. Krichipon Kayosonti, the Thai rider, was 10th ahead of Koki Suzuki and Kai Sato. Takuto Suzuki was 13th ahead of Koki Tadachi. Then Cyril Saimi was 15th, picking up the final point. Hazik Hamdan was 16th. Irvin Ardian Shah was 17th. And out for Hendry and Shah. Didn't actually see that fall, but most of the riders were very well behaved. I think there were only, what, 9 finishes back in Motegi, and all but 1 finished in this first race here at Sepang. And this is what it means for the championship. Denis On-Chu will take an 8-point lead going into tomorrow's final race of the season ahead of Haruki Noguchi. Yamanaka's only 10 adrift, and Cooney and Anwar, 4th and 5th, are 17 behind. Chan On-Chu's win means he's just about in contention, although he would need more than a few favours tomorrow. He's 6th overall with that victory, but 21 points behind his twin brother, with 25 available here tomorrow. Jerry Salim solidifies his position in 7th ahead of Genki Nakajima, with Koji Hirama up 1 into 9th. Further down the order, who's made movements? Krichipon Kayosonti and Koki Suzuki have moved up a couple of places. with a chance to finish inside the top 10 tomorrow, and Kei Sato as well, up 1 place from 16th to 15th. Most of the riders here on that page not featuring actually in the championship still at the moment, although Koko Tadachi, Filipino rider, he has made it through upper place, so the rider from the Philippines going very well. Here are the top three then. Third place for Yuuki-Kun, 2 podiums on the trot. Jerry Salim up there as well. And then Chan On Chu. 3 different nationalities.
Second place for Jerry Salim of Indonesia.
Another podium to add to his list. He's always been first or third this year, Yuuki-Kun. Jerry Salim picking up his 2nd podium of the season. And Chan On Chu, his 3rd win of the year. And that will be followed, of course, by the national anthem for Turkey. Celebrations then for Chan On Chu. Another victory to add to his tally. You'll be seeing plenty more of this next season. You might be seeing more of it tomorrow as well. The top 3 pose for the photos. And that is it for day 1. As you can see, top of your screen there, next race is here at the Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia tomorrow at 10:30 local time. And I'll be here with you to bring you through all the action from 20 past 10 for the build-up and reaction to what is going to be an exciting one. We'll leave you with the highlights here, and all that's left to say is that it should be thrilling tomorrow with 6 riders split by 21 points. Thanks for joining us here today. We will crown an Asia Talent Cup champion once more tomorrow. Former champions Kaito Toba, Ayumi Sasaki, Somkiat Chantra, and the engraving is waiting for the 2017 winner. I've been Steve Day. Thanks for joining us here today at the Sepang International Circuit. We'll see you in the morning.